What's up, YouTube? Erratic Behavior here, back at it with another tutorial video on create with Minecraft. I don't know. I don't got a script for these. You like this? Is this something you want to build? Let me show you how to build it. In fact, I'm not going to show you how to build it. I'm going to do you one better. I'm just going to give you a schematic for it because I don't remember how to build it. I'm too lazy to go back. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead, boom, grab our empty schematic. We'll take another one. I like having all of those laid out. Boom. And then this one, I have it known as the Batmobile hatch. All right, so here we go. We're gonna download the schematic real quick. Boom. And then you can place it wherever you want. Because I like to have the little radio thing, the antennas lined up with the wall, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it here. Boom. And then I also like to lift it up a little bit off the ground just to make sure. And now we print. Boom. All right, we don't need this anymore. Get that out of there. And here we have the base for the Batmobile. Now let's go ahead. We're gonna grab ourselves a ship helm. Boom. And it doesn't matter. We're not gonna leave that for too long. Boom. And then assemble. And just like that, you have yourself a Batmobile. It is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But we're not quite done yet. You can see up top, you got little sensors here. What does that do? I'll show you what it does. It does this. You press, boom, and you can see it actually opens up the gate or the doors so you can enter. And then it does have, so if I sit in, boom, I have my controller here, press the button. There we go. And you can see it actually starts up the Batmobile engine. And then I can turn it off as well. Yeah, cool. But to get from there to there, what we're gonna need after you pull the schematic up, we're gonna need some glue. So I'm gonna go into my handy dandy, boom, this is my build chest for these vehicles. Oh, actually, so I did try to have the schematic or have it all glued up for you, but for whatever reason it messes up when you actually import the schematic. So we'll go ahead and move that. If you need to, you can leave it there just so you can have a reference, but yeah, you can watch this video and you have a reference. All right, so all we're gonna do is start from, what is it? Oh, okay, so we'll start from the top here, all the way down. We'll start from here. Actually, we'll start from the other side because this is where the actual thing starts. So yeah, we'll take this block and go all the way to, let's just say right here. Boom. And then we'll take this block and go down and then to the side. Boom. And then we'll go around the top. I believe should be able to connect all of those. And then same thing here. We'll grab this one and go all the way to here. And then we'll grab down like so. And then let's just test it to see. So you can see we got probably a little bit too much. Honestly, we don't really need that top portion like that. So let's see, we'll remove you. And then I think this is why what we want is this all the way to here. And now let's see. Yeah, there you go. But technically, actually, yeah, we do want that because we want to have this section open so that we can wire this bad boy up. All right, so now let's go back into our handy dandy chest. Just kidding, I have one right here. We have our cable, and then we'll go ahead and do one. And so I believe it's gonna be X minus here. And then I always like to do the same for the front and back wheels just because it gives it a lot more control, stability. Boom. And then for the actual gears, we'll have this one, shoulder right at the top. And then we'll have trigger right at the top. And then underneath, we'll do trigger left right here. And then shoulder left right there. And theoretically, that should allow it to go forward and back. We'll just take this right here and then we'll link it to that. And let's see. Okay, well, I did the wheels wrong. I got the wheels backward. And I can't really tell. With this because the engine isn't actually set up. So let's go ahead and get the engine set up. So you can see the engine block is already in there, but we will need to build it out to get it working. So let's go in here. We'll go ahead and give the super glue back. And for the engine, what we will need is the engine cylinder. We'll need the crankshaft, steel pipe, steel mechanism, steel cogwheel, large steel cogwheel, and then the engine block, but it's already in the vehicle. So what I'll do is I'll make some clones of these. Oh, actually, there's still some more stuff. We also need the mechanical belt, boom, and then an empty schematic as well. So let's make some copies of you. And we'll make a single copy, even though we're not gonna need it. It's not gonna disappear. And yeah, I think that's it. But if there's any more, we'll grab it in a second. But to begin, we will first switch the schematic to the type. So you can see in the engine info area, it's showing that the type of the engine is changing. We want to have it at W. That is the most powerful one. We'll put that away. The first thing you're gonna need is the crankshaft, then the cogwheel, large cogwheel, the mechanical belt, steel pipe, steel mechanism, and then the engine cylinders. Let's go ahead. So crankshaft, cogwheel, large cogwheel, mechanical belt, 2 steel pipe, 1 steel mechanism, and then you're gonna need 8 pistons for each one of these engine blocks. Perfect. And so we're all set with those. We can delete. Boom. And now let's go ahead. We will also add the industrial pipe here. And we'll grab the oil can, cooling fluid, turbo, and then a CO2 scrubber, as well as the injector. So we will need to make copies of you, copy of you. We'll make a copy of you just in case, but I don't think we'll need it. And then these can go right back. And then I definitely won't need a copy of that. But also, we'll need this toggle latch. This is part of Project Red integration. This is what's gonna allow us to program the sweep controller to be able to power on the car. Alright, so first here, we're gonna move this CO2 scrubber as well as the second one. With the latest update, it just does not work. We're gonna place one right there. And then we'll go back underneath the car and we will add this cooling fluid. And then make sure those are full. All right, so I think I should be able to just start from back here. Yeah. All right, and then we'll just get a little bit more. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. So that's maxed out. We'll also grab these here. So since the gas fluid tank is in the middle, we'll put this industrial pipe in the middle, and that's just gonna allow the gas to directly flow in. We'll also grab the turbo. I'll put it on the back side. That's just gonna give higher RPM. And then these injectors are gonna lower the rate of fuel consumption. Now over on this side, let's see. Oh, you should be able to access from the back here. Somewhat, sort of. Yeah, here we go. So we'll go ahead and place the toggle latch like so. You might have to finagle with it until it, you can also use this screwdriver, I believe. Yeah. And then that should allow you to turn. What the heck is going on? Not here. Since we're in here, we can just boom, and it doesn't matter. You can either aim it that way or this way. You just want to make sure that the latch itself is able to flip between the facing the engine and so forth. And here, this remote link is going to allow you to control that. So perfect. So now we're all set in terms of getting the car working. Why is this backwards? And in fact, I ended up changing it to here on mine. But, you know, if you want to have the single, you can do that too. You know, you do whatever you want. It's going to be your Batmobile. Yeah, if you want to have the single one in the middle, you can. And then for that, you're going to want to use the Star Lance wrench. Which it looks like I already had one, but you're going to use that to switch it from positioning to global, just so that it's not affected by weight distribution. Right, we'll go ahead and put all of these back because we don't need those. Just kidding, we don't need to put those in there. Alright, and then let's go ahead and readjust the cabling and everything. So plus on this side. Cool. And now it should be fixed there. And I can go ahead and I think this is the proper remote. Yeah, and now let's see. Nope, that's not the right remote. That's for the other car. I can go ahead and delete that because there's one in there already. Alright, let's see. So yeah, you can see that's facing the right direction. We're able to start the car. Alright, so I did alright, so I got the gear box right, but I got the actual rotator, the one that tells it to go forward or back. I got that wrong. So we want it to be left at the top and then right on the bottom, just like so. Cool. And now it should, yeah, so you can see it moves forward, back, go left, and go right. Yeah, that's a zippy one. Alright, cool. And now let me go ahead and bring you back over here. Oh, look at that. It already knows that it's gonna get lowered. Alright, cool. But for the most part, that is the basis of everything. Oh, also a couple of other things that I like to do. You can see we do have them already here. So we'll go ahead and take our cable, we connect it, and then I like to put these are little thrusters, channel A, and that will allow you to use the A button on your controller if you're using a controller, or whatever button you want. You can set that to have it lift up the front to make it easier to clear any type of bump, cliffs, ledges, you name it, and then assign that to another button. Boom. Yeah. Alright, that's it. And now if I use the controller here, we should be able to, okay, you can see it's producing push. And yeah, perfect. This is looking good. And then, yep, it's awesome. And then from there, it's essentially just kind of cleaning it up however you like. If you want it to be exactly like mine, I just added a little bit more lines to everything. I thickened up the front pieces here. And yeah, you can just color it. Oh, actually no. One other thing I'm gonna show you, because this is useful, is the suspension. So we'll take the suspension controller here, and then we will also grab an extra motor. And so we'll lower the suspension like so. And then while that's doing that, we'll grab the track toolkit, and then we'll position this. And then we'll raise the stiffness to about 3. And we'll just let that keep lowering itself. And the way you're able to switch back and forth between the positioning and the suspension adjustment is just click the air, and that will allow you to switch back and forth. I think that should be good. Yeah, you just go ahead and adjust the location of the wheels, make sure they fit to your liking. But really, you do whatever you like. This is yours. You do however you want to make it cool, or yeah. Essentially that is it. Not much more left besides just going through and painting it. So for now, we'll just grab. All right, and perfect. And just like that, you have yourself a working, nice Batmobile. Just go ahead, and what you'll do to make sure you have everything set up, I have it by default with the camo blocks, and all of those should be pre-linked up to the mechanism that opens the Batmobile, as well as the one that starts the Batmobile. So you shouldn't have to worry about any of that there. And I do have it set where it'll automatically go back and forth in between. Perfect. Now, your good to go. If there's anything that you're not quite happy about with it, you should be able to just adjust it, like the suspensions, controls, etc. But you can see now, sometimes with any type of stairs, slopes, you might have to go easy a little bit at the beginning. What the hell? Why does this keep happening? I literally just fixed it. I didn't even leave the map. How did it break again? Bro, it's so annoying. I'm gonna have to fix that back up, but yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy your brand new Batmobile. As you can see, it's super quick. Oh wow, somehow this one is even faster than mine. I think maybe it's because I didn't lower the suspension on this as much as I did on the other one that you saw. But yeah, you can see it moves incredibly fast, and you are able to navigate the city or navigate anything pretty quickly. It is able to climb blocks, but sometimes it's a little bit rough. But that's why we planned ahead and we added the little boosters to the front so that you can clear gaps a little bit easier, as you can see, like so. Ooh. And yeah, we can even zoom backwards as well. Full U-turn, look at that. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. There's plenty more Batmobiles where that came from. Just leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get those videos out to you. But just so that you can see what videos is coming up next, we'll head back to the Bat Cave. Hold on, let me try that again. Not sitting in the Batmobile, teleport. Yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, so just so that you can have an idea of what's to come for the future. So this was the video that you have on, this is a video that's already up on my channel. This was the first one, and I actually did update it where all I did was add the toggle latch as well as a remote link, just so that I can use any controller to start it up. What happened to the controller? All right, let's just grab another one, tweaked controller. And then I also like to do this in the cave as well, so you have easy access. Ooh, there goes my frames though. Yeah, we'll just re-link the controller there and then place that down. Perfect. But yeah, so this is what's already there. We'll close you back up. And then these are the next two schematics that should be coming out probably within the next week or so. Just gotta record and edit the video. But yeah, whichever one you want to see first, please let me know. They are all working as well, with the ability to open up with the press of a button, as well as start it with a button and or the remote. Same thing here. Yeah, and then if you guys really want to get freaky and you really want to rock with me, I also have one of these. Granted, it's not as good as the other stuff, or it's definitely not nearly as good as all of the new aeronautic stuff that you'll find. But if you're looking for a cool plane that'll fly, definitely this will get you by. Yeah, baby. And technically there are these guys as well, but we don't talk about these guys. These are some of my older first designs that I'm probably gonna be getting rid of. But anyways, I said bye too many times. I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless. Take care.